Hello there, and welcome back to Midnight Lab, the place where curiosity slows down and science becomes something you can safely fall asleep to. Tonight, you and I are going to spend some time with something we cannot see. Not a star, not a planet, not even a black hole with its quiet ring of light. We're going to drift alongside something stranger, something that does not shine, does not glow, does not give off any light at all. And yet, it holds galaxies together. It shapes the way the universe looks on the largest scales we can imagine. Astronomers call it dark matter. I like to think of it as the invisible skeleton of the cosmos. Before we go any farther, you don't need to worry about understanding everything. This is not a test. There are no questions at the end. You are allowed to let your thoughts wander, to drift away, to come and go. If you miss a sentence or a whole chapter, that's perfectly fine. The story will still be here, whenever your mind comes back. For now, just notice where you are. The weight of your body where it's resting. The gentle way gravity holds you to the bed or chair. Maybe there's a faint glow from a screen, a small light across the room, or just darkness. Whatever your day was like, it doesn't need anything from you now. You can let it sit outside this moment, the way a jacket waits quietly on a hook by the door. Tonight, all you have to do is listen for as long as you feel like it, and let the unseen part of the universe keep you company as you fall asleep. When we look up at the night sky, we see stars. Sometimes a planet. Maybe a faint band of the Milky Way. Through telescopes, we see galaxies and glowing clouds of gas. It looks like the universe is full of light. But all of that light is only a small part of what is really there. Astronomers noticed that something was not adding up when they measured how fast stars move around their galaxies. The outer stars were moving too fast. If there were only the stars and gas we can see, many of those galaxies should have flown apart. But they didn't. They stayed together. That meant there had to be more mass, more stuff holding them in place, stuff they could not see. The same thing appeared in clusters of galaxies. Galaxies were moving, as if something heavy was there, pulling on them, but that heavy thing was invisible. From many different measurements, we now think that the matter we can see is only a small part of the total. The rest is dark. Not dark like a room with the lights turned off, waiting to be lit. Dark as in it does not give off light. It does not reflect light. It does not absorb light in a way we can detect. It is there, but it does not show itself to our eyes. We only know it exists because of its gravity. You don't need to remember any numbers. You don't need to picture all the details. It is enough to know this. Most of the universe's matter is something we cannot see directly. And tonight, you're allowed to just rest with that idea without solving it. Gravity is the way mass pulls on mass. Right now, gravity is the reason your body stays gently pressed to the bed or chair. On Earth, we're used to thinking of gravity as a simple downward pull. In space, gravity becomes a quiet language between stars and galaxies. In a galaxy, stars orbit around the center. The more mass there is, the stronger the gravity, and the faster things can safely move, without drifting away. When astronomers measured how stars move in galaxies, they expected the outer stars to move more slowly because they are far from the bright center. Instead, those outer stars were moving almost as fast as inner ones. It was as if the galaxy had an extra invisible halo of mass around it, keeping those stars in orbit. This pattern showed up again and again in galaxy after galaxy. Gravity was telling a story that light could not. We saw the effects of something unseen. You don't have to visualize rotation curves or graphs. Just imagine this. Galaxies are moving as if they are wrapped in something heavy and invisible. That something is what we call dark matter. You did nothing to make it that way. You don't need to fix it or figure it out tonight. You can simply let this idea drift through your mind like a leaf floating on water while your body relaxes. Light normally travels in straight lines through space. But when light passes near something massive, its path curves. This is another way gravity reveals itself. When we look at very distant galaxies, we sometimes see their light distorted into arcs or rings. It's not that the galaxies are bent. It's that something in front of them, closer to us, is bending the light on its way here. We call this gravitational lensing. In many cases, the thing doing the bending is a cluster of galaxies filled with dark matter. The light from objects behind the cluster takes curved paths around this invisible mass, and by the time it reaches us, it looks stretched or multiplied. By carefully measuring how much the light is bent, astronomers can map out where the mass must be, even if that mass is dark. It's a bit like feeling the shape of an object by the way water flows around it, instead of by seeing it directly. But you don't need to hold that picture perfectly. You can just remember that light sometimes arrives to us with gentle curves and stretches, telling us there is hidden mass along its path. The universe leaves clues in the way things move and in the way light travels. We read those clues and give the name dark matter to whatever is causing them. Even if you forget the term or how lensing works, that's all right. Your mind is allowed to wander off or grow fuzzy or fade into sleep while the universe keeps doing what it has always done. On very large scales, the universe is not just random dots of galaxies. When astronomers map where galaxies are, they see patterns. Galaxies gather into clusters. Clusters connect along long, thin bridges. Between them, there are wide, empty regions with very few galaxies at all. From far away, it looks like a web. This large-scale structure matches very well with computer simulations that include dark matter. In those simulations, dark matter clumps together first. Its gravity pulls in normal matter, which then forms stars and galaxies inside those dark structures. In other words, dark matter acts like a skeleton. The visible universe builds itself around that hidden frame. When we say, the invisible skeleton of the cosmos, this is what we mean. We live in a galaxy that sits inside a much larger, invisible structure of dark matter. You don't need to picture the entire cosmic web. It's enough to know that the universe has a shape, and that dark matter helps define that shape quietly in the background. As you lie here, your own body is resting on its own skeleton, holding you together, without you having to think about it. In a similar way, galaxies rest inside the unseen structure of dark matter, held together by something they never see directly. You can let that idea support your thoughts tonight without needing anything more from you. Sometimes people mix up dark matter and dark energy. They sound similar, but they are very different. Dark matter is extra mass. It pulls things together through gravity. Dark energy seems to do the opposite. It is linked to the way the universe is expanding faster and faster over very large distances. You can think of dark matter as something that clumps, forms structures, and holds galaxies in place. Dark energy acts more smoothly everywhere, making the expansion of space speed up over time. For tonight, we are focusing on dark matter, the invisible skeleton. But it can be calming to know that even scientists do not fully understand either one. The universe has parts that are still mysterious, even to experts. You are not expected to solve any of this while you are trying to sleep. You don't have to choose between dark matter and dark energy, or remember which is which. You can let both ideas sit quietly in the background like distant stars you know are there, even if you are not looking at them. If your eyes are closing, that is okay. If your mind is drifting, that is okay too. The universe will keep expanding, and dark matter will keep doing its job without any help from you. It can be helpful to say what dark matter is not. It is probably not ordinary matter. That is just hiding. Not normal stars that are too faint. Not planets that we haven't seen yet. Not clouds of cold gas that don't shine. Astronomers have checked for many of those possibilities. They do not add up to the amount of extra gravity we see. Dark matter seems to be something different. Perhaps it is made of particles that do not interact with light at all, but still have mass. There are many ideas, many possible particles, many experiments running right now to look for tiny hints. So far, we do not have a clear answer. And that is all right. Science often moves slowly. For years or decades, we may live with questions we cannot yet answer. Dark matter is one of those questions. You might feel tempted to figure it out in your head, even now, late at night. But you don't have to. You can let dark matter stay a mystery for now and still fall asleep, knowing that it is there, doing what it does, whether we fully understand it or not. Sometimes, not knowing can be a kind of rest. Even though dark matter does not shine, we can still make maps of it. Astronomers observe how galaxies move inside clusters. They measure how light from distant galaxies is bent by gravity on its way to us. They feed these observations into computer models of how matter behaves over billions of years. When the models include dark matter, the patterns they produce match what we see in the real universe much more closely. From these comparisons, we can build a picture of where dark matter is likely to be. We see halos around galaxies. We see filaments forming the cosmic web. We see large clusters sitting in big pools of invisible mass. These maps are not perfect photographs. They are best guesses based on how strongly gravity must be pulling in different places. In a way, we are reading the universe by touch, not by sight. But you don't need to hold that image too tightly. You can simply know that people have spent many quiet nights and long days trying to understand this invisible structure, and they are slowly painting a clearer picture. While they do that, your only job tonight is to rest. Dark matter will stay exactly where it is. Galaxies will keep moving in their slow orbits. You are allowed to let go of the details and slide a little closer to sleep. Right now, you are lying still, listening to a story about the universe. It might feel very far away, but you are inside this universe too. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, sits in a large halo of dark matter. That dark matter helps hold the galaxy together. It helps keep the stars, including our sun, moving in their orbits. Our solar system moves through this halo. Right now, as you rest, you and everything around you are gently moving through dark matter, even if we cannot feel it. There is no danger in that. Dark matter does not appear to collide with us or damage us in any ordinary way. It is simply there, a quiet part of the background. The atoms in your body are mostly empty space held together by forces you don't have to think about. In a similar way, your whole galaxy is held together by a kind of matter you don't have to think about most of the time. You don't need to understand the details for this to be true. You are allowed to simply exist inside it, to occupy your small place in a very large structure without any extra effort. If that idea feels calming, you can let it sit with you. If it feels like too much, you can let it drift past, like a cloud you decide not to look at for very long. Either way, dark matter will keep doing what it has always done. And you can keep breathing, slowly and gently, here in your own small corner. When we think about the future of the universe, dark matter is part of that picture. It helps shape how galaxies form and merge. Over very long times, galaxies might change, collide, or drift apart, depending on how dark matter and dark energy behave together. We do not yet know every detail. We have ideas, equations, and computer models. But the universe is under no obligation to match our expectations exactly. It can be easy to feel small or uneasy when thinking about such huge timescales. Billions of years, trillions of years. But you do not live. You live one breath at a time, one day at a time, one night at a time. The universe will continue far beyond our own lifetimes, and that is all right. You are not responsible for carrying the whole story. Tonight, you do not need to hold the fate of galaxies in your thoughts. You can let the unknown future belong to the future. Right now, your job is much smaller and much kinder, to rest, to recover, to let your mind quiet down. The universe will keep unfolding on its own schedule, with or without our attention. Knowing that can make it easier to let go for a while. You have spent some time now with an idea that is mostly invisible. Dark matter. You've heard that it holds galaxies together, that it bends light, that it helps form a cosmic web. You've also heard that we do not yet know exactly what it is. All of that is enough. You do not need to remember any chapter headings, or any terms, or any numbers. Your mind is allowed to let the details blur like ink softening in water. If you are still awake, you might notice your breathing in and out. No rush. If your thoughts start wandering to something else, a memory, a worry, some random scene, that is normal. You can acknowledge it and then gently bring your attention back to something simple. The feeling of the pillow under your head, the weight of the blanket, the way gravity holds you in place. Dark matter works without needing your input. So does your body's breathing. So does your heart. You can give yourself permission to stop trying to manage everything for a little while. The universe has plenty of practice, continuing on its own. As this journey comes to a close, you are still here, held by gravity, on a small world, inside a galaxy, wrapped in dark matter. You don't feel that invisible halo. You just feel the bed, the chair, the familiar objects around you. Somewhere far above, stars move in their orbits. Somewhere even farther, light is being gently bent by mass we cannot see. But you do not have to follow it tonight. You can let your awareness grow smaller, closer, quieter. Down to this room, down to this body, down to this breath. If sleep is already here, you don't need to do anything. If it is still approaching, you can wait for it without rushing. Dark matter will still be there in the morning. The universe will still be there in the morning. You're allowed to take these next hours for yourself, to rest, to recover, to dream. Thank you for spending this time with Midnight Lab. Whenever you need another quiet journey through the universe, you are always welcome to return. For now, let the unseen parts of the cosmos hold everything in place while you let go. Good night. Sleep well.